everyone, welcome back to Blue Piano Soaps. Ellen here, and today I wanted to share with you something a little different that I'm making. This is a recipe for a moisturizing heel balm, and it is definitely not my recipe. I don't want to take credit for it. It is a recipe that was featured on Brambleberry's site. And actually they had a kit that you could initially buy where it kind of gave you a starter set of this heel balm, like if you wanted to try to make it. And at some point I ordered that kit and I just absolutely fell in love with this heel balm. And this is what I put the heel balm in. It's hard for me to say that word balm. I don't know why. Like, I want to say balm. Yeah, okay. Let's just move on from that comment. I found these really cute little jars. I found them of all places. Here they are. I found them of all places at Ross, and if you can see the price tag, they were $2.99 for 4 of them, and I just thought they were the perfect size and they were so cute, and so I picked up like every set of this they had. I think they had like 10 sets and I bought them all. And I started to make this heel balm. See, I just cannot say that word balm. And it solidifies, and I put it in my little container, and I sold out of these right away. And it's an item that I cannot seem to keep in stock. So I had to make some more of it. And what happens is that, you know, when you find something, when you find a recipe that you really like, when you find something like that, you can, it doesn't hurt to buy the kit initially, because then it's something you can try out, and it's a great way to see if you like it, if it's something that sells well, if it's something that you do want to continue to make. And so I like buying those kits from Brambleberry. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. And so it's castor oil, it's avocado oil, and these containers are 1 pound containers, it says. And then it came with this caprylic triglycerides, which basically is fractionated coconut oil. Now, I know someone is going to ask, someone's going to make a comment, and they're going to say, can't you just use regular coconut oil? You can, however, your heel balm is not going to come out as good if you use regular coconut oil. The difference between fractionated coconut oil and regular coconut oil is that the fractionated coconut oil is better for absorption into the skin. And so in something like a heel balm, it's better to use the fractionated coconut oil because it's less greasy. If you use regular coconut oil, and I have seen people use regular coconut oil, I have seen recipes that use regular coconut oil, I think the recipe, I think it comes out a little bit greasier than you may want it to come out. That's the benefit to the fractionated coconut oil. The other thing that you will need is a, you're going to need this Cera Bellina wax, and it comes, they almost look like little stars. They look like mini little polka dots or mini little stars of wax, and it's this Bellina wax. And then you're going to need deodorized cocoa butter and shea butter, refined shea butter. And that's pretty much it. And so it's a really easy recipe. It tends to be items that you probably already have. The only thing I think I didn't have was the fractionated coconut oil, and I did not have the wax. But usually the other items, they're items that I would stock anyway, that I would use for making cold processed soap. So I think it's a really easy recipe, and seriously, the recipe could not be any easier. In this container here, you are going to put 1.4 ounces of avocado oil, 2.1 ounces of the fractionated coconut oil, and 1 ounce of castor oil. And you're not heating this up, not right now. You're not going to heat those oils. And then in a smaller container, and you'll notice this is a Pyrex container, it's glass, because I'm going to melt these in the microwave on small bursts. You are going to put 0.7 ounces of shea butter, 0.7 ounces of the Bellina wax, and then 1 ounce of the deodorized cocoa butter. You're going to put in here, and you're going to melt this on 30-second bursts in your microwave. I think what I did is I put the Bellini wax in a separate container. You could do this as all one, but I think when I've noticed when I've made it before, it seems like one does not quite melt at the same time as the other, and so I like to melt them separate, and then I like to just combine them. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take these two containers, I'm going to take them to the microwave, I'm going to melt them down in short bursts, and then I am going to come back and I'm going to show you how absolutely easy it is to make this balm.
Yep, you guessed it, everyone. My microphone went out on me, and so I am having to do a voiceover. So it looks to me, as I'm watching the video, that what I'm doing here is I have gone ahead and I have melted the deodorized cocoa butter, the shea butter, and the Bellini wax. And I think I'm pointing out here at this point that you really need these particular items to be completely melted. You really don't want chunks of unmelted product. You want it completely melted. You want it as clear as possible. I'm stirring here just to kind of make sure that the remainder of the Bellini wax, which seems to take longer than the shea butter and the cocoa butter, is really melted. And I think I've gone back to the microwave at this point and have decided to give it another 15 to 30 minute burst. Okay, and so I am back from the microwave, and you can see in that Pyrex container that everything in that container is completely melted. And all we're going to do, folks, is we are going to go ahead and place the deodorized cocoa butter and shea butter and that Bellini wax into our fractionated coconut oil and avocado oil and castor oil. And you can kind of see right there, if you really take a good look inside my white container, you can see that it is almost already forming what I like to call a pudding-like consistency. It is almost forming the balm consistency already just in that container. It's almost like a salve, S-A-L-V-E. I don't know that I pronounced that right, but you can see that it's chunky, it's gluttonous, has a waxy texture to it. So already right there, it's forming that consistency for your balm. What I did is I went back to the microwave and I decided that now with the combined ingredients, I wanted to give it a quick burst in the microwave so that it is more easily pourable into my little jars. So guys, this is it. This is how easy this recipe is. There's very little that goes into it. It's not a difficult recipe. The cleanup is super easy, and I'm telling you, it is a customer favorite. It is a really great way to add some new products to your line that sell really well. So I am next going to just go ahead and pour this into my little jars, and you're going to see just how easy that is, and you are basically done. So here I am showing you one that I already filled, and you can see that it goes ahead and firms up relatively quickly. Really, I'm not kidding you, it firms up within, I would say, 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I certainly would let it sit overnight before closing the lid, but it starts to firm up really quickly.
Okay guys, boy was I having problems with my battery pack on my camera. Holy cow. You didn't see that off camera, but I have had to change that battery pack about 3 times just in the small making of this teeny tiny video. Anyway, what I was saying is it eventually hardens up into a really nice balm like this. You can go ahead and you can pour it into your jars immediately, which is also really nice. You can use a funnel, but really it pours right in. And what I do is I only pour it, I don't pour it all the way to the top. I just found that it really, here's the difference. This is a jar that was poured all the way to the top, and then it made the top of the jar look kind of funky. This is one that was not poured in all the way, and I think this jar looks prettier. Obviously, you want to give your customers whatever ounce you're saying comes in, if you know, fits in the jar, but I'm just telling you, I don't like to fill them all the way to the top. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, geez, that recipe didn't make much. Well, again, this particular recipe that I just gave you, it's supposed to just be a sample recipe. You can go ahead and increase the contents to make more. This is just the recipe, how it was in the kit. And again, because it's not my recipe, I don't want to mess with it. I don't want to take credit for it either. So I'm giving you the recipe the way Brambleberry has it on their website. When I make this, I increase the amounts, and I obviously make a lot more at a time. I mean, you don't just want to make 2 every time. Come on, right? So there you go. Super easy. So this was something a little different. I'm going to append at the bottom. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, it's so nice and moisturizing. I'm going to append at the end of this video how I go about and complete these jars. I put really cute ribbon around them and a little tag, and as I've said a million times, they're then ready for gift giving. Hope you enjoyed this. It was just a tiny little video. I just thought you'd like to see me do something a little different. Please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps my channel out a lot, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Stay safe, everyone. Hi everyone, so I wanted to bring you back just to show you how I go about and package the heel balm. And it's really quite simple. I just take a piece of pretty ribbon, I think this is kind of a cute combination. The green inner ring of this particular jar and this red check. I don't know why, but I am crushing on this gingham red check. Actually, I've been crushing on anything checked lately. Don't know why, have no idea, but I have been. I have my label here that shows the ingredients of the Heal Balm, and it also has, of course, my Blue Piano Soaps logo and the name of the website. So that.
And guys, the microphone went out on me again. Definitely going to have to replace that microphone. So basically here I am just taking that red gingham red checked ribbon, and I love this ribbon because it is the same on both sides. The front and the back side of the ribbon are identical. I'm going to get my scissor here because this ribbon is too long. It needs to be cut. But I love dual-sided patterned ribbon because it's just easier when you make bows or when you cut it. It's just nicer that it's printed on each side. But there it is, the Heal Balm in the jar. It's so cute. And I'm going to append a picture at the end of this video to show you how I put a little thin popsicle stick or craft stick, I guess you would call it, with this, and a little Mother's Day sign. And that's how someone can present it to, you know, their moms or a mom in their life. It just came out really, really cute. So I will put that picture at the end. Thank you so much for watching the video. I'm sorry about all the audio problems. I am going to get that fixed. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and consider subscribing.